Hi everyone! Welcome back to the squad. Today's video might just save you from one of the biggest regrets in the game. We're gonna be talking about champs that look like food. They might not be legendary, they might not have weird kits, but these are the ones you should not feed as a beginner. I asked around, did some research, and here is the list I wish I had when I first started. If you've ever thought this champ looks like trash, stick around because you might change your mind. So let's get into it. So first off, I want to start by a champion that I recently fed, not knowing how valuable he can actually be. So this is a champion from the Ogryn tribes, and he's namely Roughstone. Stop what you're doing right now and click on my link in the description to get the free Karato as well as 3 more free epic champs as you level up. Let me show you how. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email, launch rate, and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Make sure to use the promo code Desert Queen as well to get a free 200 rack in addition to your free Karato, Vayne, Ugo, and Vergus. Click my link right now before it expires. Okay, Roughstone might not have a lot of reviews, might not be one of the best champions out there, but what is really special about him is that he has an AoE attack on his A1, and all of the champions, all of the rares out there that has AoE attack on their A1 are extremely valuable. They can really help you in faction wars, secret rooms, in Doom Tower, and they can be very valuable, especially if you equip them in a stun set. They can potentially stun your enemies and you might not take them up to rank 6, level 60, but they're worth keeping at level 50. And it's very important to know which champions to feed and which not, because otherwise you're gonna regret it like I do. I used to have Roughstone, as I already told you, but I fed him because I was like, where am I gonna use this champ? And this is the tricky part, because sometimes you look at a champ, you look at his kit, and you're thinking, alright, this champion has nothing special about him, why should I keep him? This is the moment when you have to really think whether you're gonna use this champion somewhere or not. A lot of these champs that we're looking at are worth keeping, and I'm gonna tell you the other reasons for this in a bit. But first off, I want to continue by telling you which type of champs are also worth keeping. The other types of champions that you really want to save in this game, those are the revive champions, the support champions that have a special ability of reviving a single target or all allies. A great example of such a champion is the champion I call Baba Yaga, okay? Looking at his kit, he's not something special, okay? On his A1 he attacks one enemy, he's placing 30% provoke debuff. Also, he's placing 50% increased crit rate, 25% increased attack buff. So nothing special, nothing much. 15% is nothing. But what is special about him is that with his passive, he revives a random ally with full HP when he is killed. And this can be extremely valuable to help you progress in faction wars, because having a good reviver from each faction is extremely crucial for your success in faction wars. And what I did before, I didn't know about all those stuff, okay? And I used to feed champs that it turned out I needed. If I just have spared them, faction wars would look much different right now. But you know, just don't do my mistake and really think about the champs you're feeding. Are they revivers? Are they good healers? Do they have a good AoE attack? Just think about those stuff. Next thing I want to share with you guys, this is very important stuff, and it is related to the Guardian Ring, okay? Oh, let me put a champ here. How can I miss that? Okay, let's put Venomage here. Good. Now, when it comes to Guardian Ring, empowering your champions and faction guardians, one thing that I recently learned, and maybe we should consider that as a mistake, okay? But maybe not, because sometimes personally when I'm playing, I just want to experiment with the game, learn things the hard way, okay, from my own personal experience. And some of the stuff I'm doing, I'm not checking before I do them, okay? Maybe that's a mistake, maybe not. But sometimes I just want to have the freedom to experiment for myself, not to just go and see how things are working. So one thing I did, one mistake maybe I did, was to first empower my epic champs. And a lot of you guys commented on my previous video that was a mistake, okay? So I empowered my Canelia, Grizzlejarl, and I think Morag. Yes, and Morag. I didn't put them as faction guardians, and we should consider that as a mistake. Why? Because first off, it's very important to fill up all your faction guardians pots, because faction guardians are gonna boost the stats of your whole faction. So if you put the rares here, rare Sylvan Watcher guardians, they're gonna boost the stats of the whole faction, okay? The whole rare Sylvan Watcher faction. And it's very important to first have your duplicates here, and then when you have enough guardians here, everything is filled up, then you can proceed to empowering your champions, because empowering your champions is gonna empower and boost the stats only of the champion that you are empowering here. And before that, I didn't thought about this at all. Not that I not knew it, but I just didn't thought about it. When you think about it, it's actually logical, because you are empowering one single champ here. And when it comes to the faction guardians, you're putting a lot of copies here. Now let's get back to why it's important to not feed certain champions, okay? So the second reason for this is because you have to save a lot of copies here to just, you know, unlock those stat boost, plus 10 HP, plus 10 attack, plus 7 and 7 resistance. And this is very important here in the middle one. One of the easiest factions to collect some duplicates of your champs, this is definitely going to be the Demon Spawn Guardian faction. And this is because some of the champions are very easy obtainable, like Diabolist, we have Hellhound. All of those are obtainable from farming campaign. And one thing I didn't know, I thought that on each of the spots here you need to put different champions, okay? I didn't think that you can basically put 10 Diabolist here, 10 copies of Diabolist, and fill all of your spots here. I thought that on each place right here you have to put different champions, but that's not true, okay? So, for example, you're farming campaign a lot, you're farming 12-3, and you've got, like, let's say 10 Diabolists, okay? You can all put them right here, okay? It's gonna count as well, because in the beginning I didn't know that, okay? I thought they should be unique for each place filled, okay? And this was just a misunderstanding, so I wanted to point that out. Tip number 2 is just to make sure you have enough copies and not feed them all. Just have enough copies to fill up your faction guardian slots. It's very important. And the other thing is just try to fill your faction guardian slots before empowering your champs, okay? I did the mistake to not fill my dwarfs faction, my epic dwarf guardians here, because like I told you, I used to have a duplicate of Canelia, duplicate of Morag, and duplicate of Grizzlejarl. And the stupid little mistake I did is I didn't put them right here in the dwarf guardians. I just empowered them, and this is a cute little mistake, okay? Because what are the chances for me getting another duplicate of those 3 champs? It's very low, okay? And the problem is that by empowering them, I only boost their own champ stats, okay? And yeah, I just wanted to point that out, guys. It's sometimes we're doing little mistakes here in the game. I would say Raid Shadow Legends is a very comprehensive, it's very diverse, very rich game if you want to. Rich because you have a lot of things to do, okay? A lot of game modes, a lot of champions, a lot of places you can do mistakes, okay? But the important thing is to just learn from them and do not repeat them. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Now getting back to which champions you should not feed also. One advice from me, guys, is just come here to the portal, click on fusion, and just go over all of these champs that you need here for fusing other champs. All of these you should not feed, okay? Just save them. One thing that I learned from a clan buddy is when, for example, you have food champs prepared, just give them a champion tag, give them a support build champion tag, and this would actually help you make difference between the champs you should not feed and you should feed. This actually really helped me out. And now getting back to the summoning portal, guys, you should really, before considering feeding any champ in this game, just come here to the summoning portal to fusion. Just look at the champs you need and do not feed those champs that are for fusion. You might think, why I should fuse Relic Keeper, okay? Maybe you're just starting out and probably you don't know so much, and you just come here, you check Relic Keeper on Hell Hades, and you're like, bro, his rating is not so much, you know? He's not very viable, he doesn't have special abilities, you know? Why I should fuse this guy, okay? Okay, guys, now listen up. It's very important to don't have that way of thinking, because at some point you're gonna have a mission to fuse Relic Keeper, okay? When you come here to the progress missions, you're gonna see a little mission. I think it was the end of part 2 of Arbiter missions, and that little mission is gonna say to you, you have to fuse Justicar, okay? The first mission about fusion, I think it was for Justiciar. Sorry, not Justicar. It's very very easy to misspeak his name, okay? It's Justiciar, this guy right here. So the first mission is to fuse Justiciar, and honestly, what I did, I was really rushed into doing my first fusion, okay? And I firstly fused Relic Keeper, not knowing that I have a mission to fuse Justiciar, and then I reached that mission and had to do it all over again, just farming those 4 champs right here. So Spirit Host, this lady right here, we have War Maiden and Diabolist. Then I needed to farm all of them to just fuse the Justiciar, so do not rush into fusion. This is another tip. And at some point of the game, you're gonna have a mission to fuse Relic Keeper as well, but I have already done that, and the good thing is that if you have done that before reaching your mission, it's still gonna count. So do not worry, you're still gonna go past that mission, so it's gonna count when you reach it, so you won't have to do it all over again. But yeah, that's about it, guys. So just be sure to check all the champs you need, especially for Lady Mikage, whatever, Mikage, I don't know. Lady Mikage, okay? Lady Mikage, that's how I'm gonna call her. We have Lady Mikage here, and she's a mythical champ. She's so cool. You have a certain amount of champs here that you need to fuse in order for you to finally fuse her. So basically, just make sure you check all the champs you need here, because I was about to feed this guy right here. Oh no, he's in my reserve vault, I think. Is he though? Where is my skeleton? Okay, anyway, I don't see him, and this is not good. Okay, give me a second, guys. What I do is also, if I have a champion for fusion, oh yeah, this is where he is. When I have a champion that I really need to save for a fusion, what I do is I give them a little heart so I can quickly distinguish them from the rest. So Amarantine Skeleton is another champion that we have to save for the Lady Mikage fusion. And yeah, I was just about to feed this guy. Honestly, I was just about to feed him, and then thank you guys. A lot of people in the comments just told me that I need this guy for fusion, otherwise I might just have feed him wrongly. But yeah, just be sure to check what you need, which champs are worth keeping. Always check the summoning portal. This is very, very important. And with that, I think, oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, guys, if you're about to fuse a certain champion, let's say here I have all these 4 champs to fuse Justiciar. Let's pretend I haven't done that already, okay? And I want to fuse this guy. Make sure you do fusions only when CVC is active, okay? Because it's gonna give you additional points, easy points, okay? So do not fuse outside of CVC. Right now, CVC is gonna start in 22 hours. So if you have any champs stacked up, ready for fusion, now is the perfect moment. Not now, but after 22 hours. It's gonna be the perfect moment for your fusion. I just wanted to give you that quick tip right there, because at the beginning, nobody told me about this. So I really hope it's gonna be helpful to all of you. And with that, we can sum it up. We talked about the special type of champions that you need to save and not feed. Those were the revived champions and the champions that have AoE attack on their A1. We also talked about the Guardian Ring, faction guardians empowering your champs, and finally the summoning portal, the fusion champs you need to save. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video or you think it was helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And next time you get one of these champs, do not rush to the tavern. Give them a second look, they might just surprise you. If this saved a champ in your vault, drop a like. Also let me know who you ended up almost feeding but ended up loving and saving. Let's cry together in the comments, share your regrets if you want to. Thank you again for joining in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Good luck, bye!